There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. We know what love is. God is love. This is all from the first letter of John chapter 4. So if God is love, and if I have God in my life, or if I want to have God in my life, then why am I still dealing with fear? Why won't God just cast out all my fear? Well, because the right kind of fear is appropriate. Fear tells us that if we touch a hot stove, our hands will not feel good. But the difference between appropriate fear and misplaced fear, what we might call anxiety, is saying, well, the stove is hot and I'm afraid of getting burned, so I'm just going to stop cooking. In fact, I might even just get rid of the stove because I just don't ever want to get burned. That's an exaggeration, but the thinking applies, especially when we're going through change. Even the kind of change we thought we wanted at first. A change like improving a relationship, like stopping drinking, letting go of an addiction, or setting boundaries in a relationship, trying to find a new job. All that fear underneath it, even when we decide we want to make a change, and then the change starts to happen, and then it becomes uncomfortable. Usually what's underneath all of that is some fear, a sense of loss. And what we need is, instead of giving in to the voice of misplaced fear, is to listen for the voice of God, in whose very nature is the fullness and perfection of love. So when I'm afraid, especially if I'm going through a change and I know it's the right change, but there's something uncomfortable about this change, instead of giving in to the voice of misplaced fear and quitting cooking and getting rid of the stove, we listen for the voice of God through Scripture, through prayer, maybe even out here in nature, or through our church, people we trust, to speak truth to our fear, to speak love that casts out misplaced fear and gives us the courage and the faith to stand in the sunlight of the Spirit and to live one day at a time, one day, today, to live for today in the light of God's love.